Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about a topic that is becoming more and more important to me, and that is the sustainability of products used in the pen industry, and particularly plastic. And I don't mean resins and things that are made for fountain pens and those kinds of products. I mean your basic plastics like your ballpoint pens. Now, it is said that about 120 ballpoint pens are sold worldwide per second. That's ridiculous. You know, the ballpoint pen tradition goes back into the 50s, where the first ballpoint pens in the US would cost the equivalent of a day's wage. But now you can get, not these particular ones, but you can get ballpoint pens for like 5 to 7 cents, at some of your discount stores and things like that, in boxes of 50, 100, 200, there is so much plastic involved in this. And it's had me thinking about a couple of different things. And, one of those is using refillable ballpoint pens. Now, I use ballpoint pens. I'm not gonna lie. There are times where the ballpoint pen is, when I say ballpoint, I mean, rollerball, gel pen, all that kind of stuff. A pen that is basically a disposable tool. Now, a lot of waste is made from plastic and ballpoint pens, and there are a couple of things you can do, and a couple of those things I want to quickly sort of discuss here. And this is by no means exhaustive. Absolutely. I want to hear your thoughts on this. I want you to give advice and stuff down in the comments, because I'm new going into finding this stuff, and this is a series I want to continue to make and explore and develop. But there are a few things you can do. If these are the kinds of pens you use, there are a number of recycling facilities that deal directly with this. Bic have been partnering with around the world with different companies to recycle writing instruments, and one of those companies in Australia is Officeworks, through a thing called TerraCycle. TerraCycle will take your writing instrument, be it a highlighter or a ballpoint pen, whatever the case may be, just not like sharp objects or rulers or glue sticks or pencils, those kinds of things. We'll take your plastic product like this and we'll recycle it, melt it down, or the product will be melted down and turned into other plastic products. It's a more sustainable way of using plastics. So that is one option you've got. Another option is to use like a refillable ballpoint pen, in terms of a pen that uses a refill. Two I have here, just simple, that I grabbed out of my pen cup there, is the Enso Aria, which uses the Bic crystal refill, and the Mazzoli here, which uses like a Parker style refill. Or the Fisher Space Pen, that kind of stuff. Now, these are not as affordable. So you are spending a little bit more money up front, but then buying the refills is pretty reasonable, and you can get a range of different brands, as long as those refills are then disposed of, sustainably, or with an environmental push in mind. The other thing you can do is look for pen products that are either recycled or environmentally friendly. And I've just grabbed these ones. These are the ones I found at my local supermarket. I'm going to talk a bit more about these in a second. This is more just a backdrop for this portion of the conversation. So I think there's a number of things you can do. Firstly, looking for pens that are made, from recycled plastic products. There's a couple of brands that do things like making pen bodies out of recycled plastic bottles and stuff like that. Great option, really, really good. There are a range of pens that use cornstarch plastic. And that's awesome, because cornstarch is somewhat biodegradable. It is a plastic-like product made from corn, but you can't compost it at home. It still has to be treated in a particular way, so a lot of that will end up in landfill. So, and because it can't go in normal recycling, because once that plastic is combined with your regular plastic, it kind of defeats the purpose. So look for, if you're using cornstarch plastic products, look for a great way of disposing that. You can't just chuck it in your home compost. It needs to be composted under high heat, but it will break down, which is amazing. And then you get products like this, which is labeled here as biodegradable ballpoint pens. There's a brand called Modo EcoWorks, and they say on the back here, your purchase of any Modo stationery product helps our precious environment. We thank you for your care and support. And it's recyclable packaging because it's all cardboard, of course. It says there on the front, Eco fact, I used to be a cardboard box. Now I am a pen. Now, so what I have a particular bug with this particular product, and maybe you out there can help me with this. Now, as I said, I use ballpoint pens. I use them around the house. There are certain things like my shopping list on my fridge, for instance, where it's not, feasible to use a fountain pen for that. So I have a ballpoint pen sitting there with that, and it's easy, it works, away I go. And these are the kinds of pens I am turning to. Now, if we look at one of these on its own, it's a cardboard body, and then it's got some kind of plastic clip end section knock bar, which is the color of the ink, and then there is an ink refill, ballpoint pen refill in there. Now, a couple of things. Firstly, it's a really well made, but I want to ask the question, what here is recyclable? So you've got a cardboard body, which, that would be recyclable in your home recycling. But there's a lot of other plastic components here. Now, I could not find in any research what kind of plastic this is. Is this recyclable plastic that I can recycle, in my home recycling, or do I need to take it to somewhere like one of those Office Works or recycling depot, pen bic places? And also, if this is or is it a cornstarch plastic? Or, because I know that Modo have made cornstarch products, but there's nothing to say what it is. Is this a biodegradable plastic? There's nothing to say that, and I find that really frustrating because I want to do the best I can, and nowhere on this packaging, there is no website for this company. Maybe I've missed something, but I've done the research, and there will be people who wouldn't be as fastidious as me or research as deeply as me. So if you're going to make products like this, put the information out there. Let us know what is recyclable. If this is recyclable, is this recyclable? Probably not, because the ink itself can't be recycled. There's a metal spring component. We need to be... If I drop this whole product, this whole pen off at Officeworks, what is going to happen with it? Is that the best option? So let me know what you think. What do you do to make your pen use sustainable, or is it not something you think about? It is said that on average, every human uses, every American, this is the website that I was looking at, uses 4.3 pens a year. Now, for ballpoint pen users, that just means writing it out or, losing it and getting a new one, whatever the case may be. I use fountain pens. That is more sustainable for me. And when I use cartridges, I refill them until they are no longer usable. And I feel like that is a step in the right direction. Still not perfect, but then can I recycle that through, cartridge through Officeworks? That may be, an option. So let me know in the comments what you do. Let me know if you are familiar with this particular brand, Modo EcoWorks, and how they write. The thing is, I'll just take one here. As far as ballpoint pens go, they're not too bad. They write well enough, and they have a decent sort of feeling in the hand. They're light. Obviously there are things, being a cardboard body, that mean that, you certainly wouldn't want to get them wet and those kinds of things. But I'm really interested to know what you know and what you do. It helps our community, it helps our world, helps the environment, and information is valuable. So please, please share. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this interesting and useful. Please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and all of those kinds of things. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, let me know. Or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel by sponsoring a review or providing an item for review, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, think about the planet, and I'll talk to you soon.